You're watching Chasing Public Tail, and this is the ballistic bat. How you guys doing today? Today we brought something special out for you. We brought the ballistic bat out. And this is actually my setup. But our hope is to ethically and successfully harvest a whitetail with this year on Chasing Public Tail. So what I've got here is, this is just the standard setup. Right now it's got the 120 pound limbs on it. I'm actually just getting my bolt configuration all set up, and then I'm planning on switching this thing over to the 150 pound limbs, which you can do yourself at home if you buy this. You can buy the bars, you can change your own string out, you can swap your own limbs out, your cams, like everything about this is you can swap out with better parts or new parts yourself at home, so you don't have to take this into a Bowtech, which makes it really neat, and it's a lot of fun to shoot. And I've got mine topped off with a SIG. It's the Romeo MSR. Nothing special, nice little red dot. It mounts on the Picatinny rail on this thing. It mounts on there really nice. And I'm still in the process of sighting this in because I just got my bolts back this afternoon. But this thing is a lot of fun. It's got the 120 pound limbs, and with the roller cam setup they've got inside of this for drawback, it's only a 40 pound draw to draw this thing back one-handed. Once you put the 150 pound limbs on this, it ups it, I think it's like 52 pounds for drawback, which still is not that bad for something small like this. It's not hard to do. And they do make a plate to put on the front if you do have to set it down like a traditional crossbow and put your foot on it to pull it up. You can do that as well, and that all comes with the bow when you buy it. This thing, for the price, I think I paid $300 for this thing. I got this on a Black Friday special, and I paid, I think, 70 bucks for it. So this setup right here, you're looking at 370 bucks for this. And then I ordered the Stinger bolts, and these are the 13-inch bolts, and I've got 125 grain field tips on there. And I actually just got these back because I took them in and I had the factory fletchings pulled off, and I put longer actual crossbow fletchings on there to give it a little bit better stability in flight, because I'm weighing it down a little bit more to get that good penetration out of it. So hopefully this setup will work out pretty well for this year. And then I think next year we're going to wind up doing the reverse limb version. Just check that out, because that's supposed to be 420 foot per second. So, but for right now, we're going to stick with the 320 foot per second. I'm sorry. And I still have to get a full weight on these. Maybe before the end of the video, I'll get an actual weight of the whole bolt with this on here. But we're going to finish sighting it in, take a few shots with it, and then we'll turn that block around, give us a little smaller sight target, and we'll see if we can put a good 3 to 5 shot group on there and see how tight we can get this thing grouping. So let's take a few shots with it. And like I said, the drawback on this now with 120 pound limbs, it's a 40 pound draw. It's super easy to do. Your safety is right here, so as you see that popped out, that means you're safe. You can pull the trigger and it will not fire, which I'm not going to do just in case, because I don't want to dry fire and break anything before we get going on the video. I'll grab a bolt, get it set up. It's just like any other crossbow. You slide it down the rail on the top, get it underneath the keeper. Make sure it's pushed all the way in, locked in. So, and it does have that forward grip on there for two-handed shooting to make you nice and stable, because it is considered a pistol crossbow, and you can shoot it like that just fine. But I got my table out today so we can see what kind of accuracy this thing's going to get, so we're going to use it. Let me see, like I said, we're probably going to have to finish sighting this thing in because it's not completely sighted in. Looks like we're shooting a little low still. I'm going to put one more bolt in it just to make sure. I don't want to make any adjustments before I know for sure where I need to go with it. Try to do 2 at a time just to be for that consistency. So there you go. Oh yeah, and I don't know if you can see that on film, but both of them bolts are, from here it looks like they're within about a ½ inch of each other. So I'm going to make an adjustment up on this thing, and I'm not going to mess with center because it looks like they're doing pretty good. So alright, we'll try that. left on me on that one. shot just to be sure. Make sure it wasn't pulling. That was a little better. I think that last bolt was me. I think I might have went just a little bit too high. So I'm going to drop it back down a couple of clicks. And it does look like I need to come to the right a little bit too, so we'll bring it back to the right, or bring it over to the right just a touch. Alright, got that adjustment made. Let's see where this thing's shooting at. Hopefully we get this thing grouping good. I'm curious to see what kind of group this thing will get. Oh wow, I went way farther right. Let's make sure it's not these bolts. That was a little better. Alright, I'm going to go grab them bolts and we'll turn that over, give us a smaller sight picture and see if we can get a nice little group out of this thing. I think we're shooting pretty decent for it to be sighted in to see where we're at group-wise. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know much about these 6x6 block targets. They're pretty legit. They stop just about everything. You know, my brother shot his Raven at this thing and it stops at like half bolt. And these little things, man, they're penetrating all the way to the fletchings every shot. So I think they're getting pretty good penetration myself. I'm wondering if a few of these are a little off in flight because maybe the fletchings aren't lined up exactly correct. Alright, so now we got that block turned, we got the smaller squares on there. I'm going to go for the top block and I'm going to shoot all 6 bolts and see what kind of group we can get on there. If it gets down to 3 or 4 bolts and we're starting to hit each other, I'll stop shooting because pretty much know that we're going to have a good group and I'm not going to ruin the bolts for no reason. So. Alright. Trigger pull. The trigger pull on this thing is absolutely horrendous, by the way. It's got like a 12-pound trigger pull. It's pretty hefty. So it's nice to have it resting on something and having a good grip on it so that way you can get a good pull on that trigger without flinching.
Still a pretty good group though.
Yeah, it seems to be holding pretty well. I think a couple of these bolts, that one wasn't too bad, but that one might have been one of my flyers from the last round because it went in really hard. I remember one of them went in really hard last time too. So, we'll see this last one. Oh, that was me. I flinched on that trigger. We're not going to count that one. Alright, let's go check this group out. Well, it's not perfect, but that is a pretty decent group. Especially for, honestly, the first 12 bolts I've shot out of this thing since I just got it back and up and running. I'd say without my flyer that I flinched on, I pulled, I think between these ones, we're about a 2-inch group altogether. And they're all fletching, touching. I mean, they're all pretty close. So that's a pretty nice tight group. We'll let's step back, take a few more shots with it. I'm gonna hold the camera for the next round. We'll see what Alex can do with this thing too. So.
All right, bear with me. This is the first time I've ever shot this thing, so I mean, it can't be too hard. It's just like a crossbow, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I just did it. It's awkward because it's such a long pull. Like it doesn't seem like it'll be that long of a pull, but it is. Looks like you were a little low, right? But yeah. Let's see what kind of group you can get with it. Let's try to do the same hold every time, see what you can get. You can see the ladies in the background. The chickens.
Fly though, this thing is pretty neat.
A little bit of a flyer on that one.
But I think that was just me.
Think so? It's that trigger pull, man. It gets you. Like if you're not used to it, it's like you're squeezing one of them hand things the whole time. Two and two. Can't really see it from here very good, but you got two of them touching.
Yeah.
But about 2 inches away from each other. That one looks like it's in the first group.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. It's that trigger pull. Yeah.
It is really goofy.
Yeah. So now that you shot it, what are your thoughts?
It's not bad, but I mean the trigger pull is a little goofy. Why don't we go and check out my grouping, see how it was. Yeah, so as you guys can see, I got this little grouping right here and these two. I mean, these were more than likely just me. You know, that trigger pull, like I said, is a little goofy. But I mean, we'll pull them out and we'll go back and we'll shoot another round just to see if I can tighten it up a little bit better in one of the dots.
Uh-oh. He's getting serious now. Hat's
Game
on
face.
backwards. Game face. Let's tighten that group up.
Alright, see what we can do.
Ooh, little forward. It's like a neck shot almost.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a heart shot right there.
Where we want it.
That's where we want it. Another neck one. It's getting used to that trigger pull.
Yeah.
It's makes you want almost like want to flinch. It's weird because you know there's no recoil gonna come out of that thing. It's just awkward. That's another heart shot there. Another neck shot. Yep.
Well, we can go up, check this grouping out. I mean, I can see I got a couple in the neck, a couple in the heart. Yeah, got two in the heart, one in the neck.
Yeah, the other two are, yeah.
I mean, these two are in the...
That is a small deer to shoot at.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's my turn to shoot at the deer now, though. All right, we saw what Alex can do against this deer. Let's see what I can do against it. He's flinchy.
Ooh, that one sounded goofy.
Had a nice little whop to it coming out of there. It hit right by the other one. It was just a little high, but holding a tight group, I am holding a little bit higher group. Ooh, that one flew right up high too.
Yeah.
Looks like I did the same thing Alex did on that one. Let's go check it out. Same exact group. That's crazy. So I can't give Alex too much crap about this because like I pretty much did the same exact group as he did. 2 in the heart and 3 just above it. So either way, that little thing shoots so nice. It's pretty consistent and it's kind of fun to shoot. It's neat, you know, to just grab it and just pull it back real quick, throw another bolt in. That's fun. Get these pulled out. All right, guys, so we're gonna wrap this one up. At the end of this video, I hope you guys take away from it what we did. This thing is a lot of fun to shoot. It's super cool. It's convenient. It's easy to use. I think it groups pretty well for the most part. Definitely need to mark all these bolts and get a really good idea on if they're holding a little bit one way or another. And I think that's got a lot to do with the fact that he scratched off all the old stuff to put these new fletchings on, so some of them fit a little bit differently in there. But all in all, I think once I upgrade this to the 150-pound limbs, I think this is going to make a very easy ethical kill on a whitetail this year. So I'm really hoping. I got to double check into some of the laws that we have up here and make sure a 13-inch bolt is long enough. If it is not, I will upgrade and get the 16-inch bolts, and we will go back to the drawing board and get some more accuracy testing out of this thing. But I think for the most part, either way I end up going, this is going to work out great. It was a lot of fun to shoot. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Alex, you want to add anything to this?
We're definitely going to do some more testing with this. That we want to try different broadheads just to see how they'll fly as well. All in all, you know, it's a pretty impressive little machine, I guess that's what you want to call it. Yeah, being, you know, the first time he's shooting it, I'm impressed with it. Hopefully we can kill something ethically with it this year, so stay tuned for our next broadhead testing video. See you guys on the next one.